bring it back to me. Whoa, one small hit set this poor soul free. I left it on the tray, right by the ash. Now it's gone away, like money in the dash. I check my coat, I check the floor, I check the floor. I check that old green chair by the bedroom door. Smell still hanging there, sweet and cruel. Somebody made off with my last small jewel. Now tell me, baby, who been in my space? Who took I left it on the tray, right by the ash. Now it's gone away, like money in the dash. I check my coat, I check the floor.
We're gonna get started in a second. Give me a second, people.
I check that old green chair by the bedroom door. Smell still hanging there, sweet and cruel. Somebody made off with my last small jewel. Now tell me, baby, who been in my space? Who took my little piece? Who left this empty place? Who took my blood? Who took it? Who took it? Who took my blood? Tell me now. I had it in my hand.
All right, peoples. Got everything set up. Hey everybody, how you doing? Look, let me get this thing started. It took me forever, but I'm here now. Give me a second, let me get this music down. All right, boom. All right, people, there you go. For all of the regulars, that's coming on in. Come on in. You know how the guy says it. Let's get in here, guys. Get this energy up, guys. Oh, one more place to go. I'm trying to stream everywhere. I'm trying to stream everywhere today, people. So I'm trying to do it. So hold on one second. So here we go. Let me put a title in here. I meant to put a title or something in here. Don't you gotta write something in here? Let me put a title in here. Where do you do that at, guys? I'm trying to stream on my phone, but I haven't done it yet. But they say I gotta do it in 25 minutes. I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't even care if anybody come in, they come in. They don't. People, welcome back to a brand new episode of the Scott-Free Morning Show. I am your host himself, Scott. One of these days we're gonna put the name on the screen, but as of right now, it's Appreciate you. For the people who don't know me, I am kind of new to the space, the live streaming space. I've been doing this platform for about 2 years now. Going on, well, I won't say 2 years, almost going on 2 years. But the live streaming is something that's fairly new, something that needed to be done. It's a workaround too, because they be stifling your boy's channel. While we get people coming on in, hit the like button. If you're on any channel, I promise you, for the people who are coming in new, what we generally do here, let me go and do that because I'm streaming on multiple places today. And I need to hit people to what's going on. What we generally do on this platform, what we do is that first and foremost, when people are coming in, I just go into my timeline and talk about things that are relevant to me. other people send me things to where they want me to talk about it as well. So sometimes it's a mixture of both. Sometimes you get a natural raw reaction. Sometimes I've had time to think about it. But one thing you will never get from me is a person who will lie to you, or another person who will say something I cannot prove in real time. So anyways, other than that, I appreciate you for coming. If you've seen the title in there, the title of the episode is, I don't even know what the title is. What is the title about? Oh, it's about the Black Caucus. So the CDC, Congressional Black Caucus, CBC, they want black players to basically boycott going to the states that doing all this gerrymandering and all of this stuff with the districts. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Like I said, I always like to dive into the timeline a little bit early before we get there. I feel so watched today because there's so many different places that it's going. So, but anyway, last thing before we get into it, the reason why I'm streaming so many different places is because they have me on 2 strikes. Even though the channel is very small, we're very intimate over here, but we do get some real good conversation. But they got me on 2 strikes, so I'm trying to get some backups here. So backup channel. If you're on TikTok, it is lel.dot, and it's Scott, SCOTT. L.Scott, pull it up. That's my backup channel. That's what I'm streaming on my phone now, because right now they even blocking that from being able to stream on my computer. That's crazy. See, like this one. See, this one right here. They're blocking their feed over here. Hold on. Not eligible for recommendation because of something. I don't know what it is. Hold on one second. There's always something that I've done. I don't know. Hold on one second. So I got myself on the screen, but they don't like the fact that how I got myself on the screen. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. And then I promise we're gonna get started. We're gonna get started. Rock with me. I promise it's worth it. No, it's unclear. I'm not sure what the restriction is. Boom. There you go, right there. But I'm gonna pull it up a little more. And where they can't say that I don't have it on the screen. So anyway, it's up there. You know what it is? They just always trying to find a reason to stifle you. Matter of fact, let's start there. Let's start with that conversation. Last night, and I was trying to find, that's honestly, I'm gonna tell you what it is. Honestly, I'm late because I was trying to find this one video that I saw last night. And it sparked something in me so heavy. And what it was that, so basically, back in the day, back in the 80s, 90s, 70s, remember, black folks, we had stars. We made stars, we had great films, things were great. Right now, we don't, not so much. And what it really is because we're locked into like 5 or 6 or 7 different companies that's controlling everything. And I mean, when I say controlling everything, control everything. Like right now, classic example. TikTok is always flagging me for something. I'm getting puzzles stuck on my screen. I'm always got something going on. Something I'm not doing right. We can't leave you eligible for any recommendation. For what? They literally are flagging me for my own copyrighted music. They won't even let me play my own. So it's just stuff like this is just, I know that what it is this. I say this all the time. The reason why you see like 1 or 2 people that play all the roles, like, you know, some people have their season. Like right now, I feel like it's Keke Palmer season. Keke just everywhere. Yeah, right? But they picking her. Boom, we want Keke. I'm not saying Keke not talented, so don't come for me. I like Keke. What I'm saying is that it's just, it's 50 million black people here, black Americans here. You can't tell me that they keep wanting to use the same one person. So nobody walks into these auditions that they say they have. Hopefully it ain't the casting couch, but. So nobody's walking into these things and exhibiting just like, woo, she or he is fire. We gotta put them in the movie. None of that. No, we just keep picking the same 3, 4, 5, 6 people. No, that lets me know you have a specific group of people. You have one specific type of person that you want to use. I get it. It is what it is, you know? So, but I move on from it. But that video right there was a guy, he basically was breaking down in the 90s how they had multiple videos. And they did. I mean, multiple production companies. Like, class example, BET Awards coming up. Everybody's ready to get their little minds wrapped around, oh, God's ready to be this and the third. And then at the end, everybody gonna say, man, they just over there ruined it. Because black, they 0% black on. Ain't nothing in that black. They using the black folks. Excuse me, guys, I'm sorry for that. I had to get my smart juice. But they use us for the talent, but that's it. But you ain't making no decisions. Nobody owns anything over there. And so that's why I think this year, you know, keep your fingers crossed that they don't come with no BS, because what I feel like could potentially happen is some BS is gonna happen because they gave us like one, I know last year was pretty decent. I think it was last year or year before last. But the year before that, I was done. It was like pre-show, I didn't know nobody. The show was full of ratchet BS. It was just like twerking in the crowd. Like, what is this? I remember watching Jada. I don't remember how long the video was or how many years ago it was. But he came out there was young. He was like, nigga, it's done. Put a fork in it. It's done, son. I feel you. But anyway, let's go and get in this timeline. People, if you are not on YouTube at 300 Radio and the number 1, again, 300 Radio and the number 1, then you are not going to be able to see what I'm ready to put on the screen. What I'm ready to put on the screen, I am not allowed to do on TikTok again. That's another one of them excuses that they give me on why they had to flag my things. I can't just show you guys. I'm gonna have to leave it off. So hopefully you are okay with that. Just listen to the playback. It's really good, I promise. A lot of this. Now let's start here. I want to start here because I yesterday got into it with some young lady because she was a Democrat and she wanted us just to vote blindly. And I'm just saying to myself, I thought she was an agent. I said, there's no way this woman is here just trolling at this point. Because everything I'm saying is logical. You cannot tell me it's not logical what I'm saying. And then I saw this video and then I realized, oh, the educational system just isn't what it used to be. Watch this. Oh, listen to this. Hold on, let me back it up.
States. What country is immediately south of the United States?
I don't even know where south is. I don't know which way south is.
Whoa, I've never heard that. Wait. Using your fingers, what direction is south? Using your finger. What direction is south? Have you ever voted?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Well,
how many stars are on the U.S. flag?
Don't worry about what he said.
52.
Yeah,
Each
you are
star
correct. It's
represents a
52.
state. Oh,
It
it's
is-
2?
It's 52. You are correct. How many letters in the alphabet?
25?
How many days of the week end with the letter Y?
7.
Final answer? Are you sure?
So we
Count it. Just be sure.
So I just play a little bit because he just trolling her. But I say that I put that up there to say all that. And for the people on the phone, I'm sorry, you ain't hear none of this. You need to go over to Scott Free Morning Show if you want to watch this. But again, I don't blame her. Them. There's multiple ladies in the room. This is the educational system because that's not the only one. Let's go to the next one. That's not the only one. Let's watch this one.
What the fuck? That John say.
Now, it's a cursive word on, let me tell you guys what it is. It's a cursive word on the screen and it's feeble, right? But I said this the other day. 2 things that children don't know anymore that they used to know very well. We got taught very well in my time. One was geography. You knew where you were on the map, whether it's true or not. But they taught us the way they want us to believe it. At least I could navigate the world if they are telling the truth about what the world looked like, because I know I paid attention to geography. And another thing is they don't do cursive. They don't need to teach these kids cursive writing anymore. I don't need to teach them regular writing. They just got a keypad or keyboard in their hand. But when I saw this word and I watched these children, so you listen to these children, this is the product of the school system today. It doesn't make sense.
That's a little? Like, I think you just can't write, bro.
Then he projects out that, no. He can't.
I wasn't taught cursive
See, she said it.
when I was younger.
You can't write in cursive, dog. I don't know.
And I could go on and on. I'm not here to denigrate. I'm just here to prove a point that that's literally what they're doing. There, the children don't know anything. I said this before, and I'll tell you mine. So this is why, so you know I'm not denigrating. And this is, I hope my baby girl don't have no issues with it, but we corrected it. My youngest daughter, I said it all the time. I was taking her to school. She was in the 1st or 2nd grade. I cannot remember. But 1st or 2nd grade, taking her to school. She's going to do end of grade testing. She is in advanced classes. Okay. My daughter's in talented and gifted. She's in there. I said, oh man, I'm proud. I'm telling everybody. Every time somebody asks, I'm just telling them, oh yes, my daughter's in talented and gifted. My daughter's in talented and gifted. That's what she is. And so as we were heading to school this morning, traffic was heavy. This is Atlanta. And I'm quizzing her. And this child knows nothing. When I say nothing, nothing. It put me, she didn't know nothing so much, it put me in panic mode. So much, put me in panic mode so much that I homeschooled her for the rest of her all the way through up into college. Yes, we did. And the reason why was because there was no way in the world I was gonna keep my children in this system and make them dumb and just believing that it was okay because they were A students. No, they're not teaching these children anything. When I saw that stuff, this is crazy. And I believe that's why these kids can't read cursive, this thing. Like, this stuff is on purpose. They're leaving things out of stuff. They're taking stuff. So if they don't want to teach them cursive anymore, they don't want to teach them geography anymore. If they're doing this crazy, and I brought this up like a couple of days ago, they have this crazy way of doing math now. When we had a straight clear cut, get to the point answer, response of how to get it, they took that away. And then they got them over here guessing, and if you take 7 5s and you take 2 4s because you got 4 2s over there. I'm like, what the? I watched the video and I still don't understand it. And math was pretty easy for me. So it's just, to me, it don't make any sense to me when they're doing it. They're crashing out the kids because I always say this. Give me a miseducated person. Give me an uneducated person before you give me a miseducated person. Am I saying I'm the most educated person in the world? No. What I am saying is, I know even at the highest level, college institutions, they will teach you things that is ass backwards. And you will regurgitate it and everyone will respect you because your name is doctor or scientist or something like that. But in actuality, you know nothing other than what they told you. Why do you think when you go to your doctor and you lay it out there, doc, I'm going through it. I need some help. Please figure it out what's going on. And the doctor said, here's some drugs. Here's your bill. You wanna know what? Because he ain't got to learn them. We just respect it now because he's a doctor. Look, I would honestly say, I say this all the time, in no way they're not gonna allow me to use this. If you don't hear it now, you'll never hear it again because they're gonna cut this part out. One thing I can definitively tell you is this. They want to do things in a negative manner because it keeps us in a negative mindset. What do I mean? Why are doctors not getting paid based upon how healthy their clients are versus how sick their clients are? Wouldn't it be easier? Wouldn't it be better suited? Wouldn't your doctor think and try and study and keep educating himself more if his job was predicated on how well he did? Excuse me. They say, no, not to that, no. No, we like to do it this way. It's like with everything else. Everything is ass back. I say that even with a job. Just take the most simplistic job. You work at Home Depot and you in the lumber yard. You will get more out of Jose or Tyrone that's working in the lumber yard if you didn't treat him like a bag of sugar honey iced tea. No, y'all want to put him lead by fear because you know he's gonna show up every day, but you're not maximizing his potential or her potential. You're getting the bare minimum just to make, because you forcing me to come in here. I tell people all the time, when you're watching sports, it is not the player's fault. It is your coach's fault when a team doesn't do well because he has to adapt to the players that he has. They're not the other way around. And most coaches try to make you do it their way. No, they have skill sets. Another thing, motivation. I am not motivated by you getting in my face. I don't deal well with being told about, like, look, this was it. I am totally self-aware. I'm very much about, hey, if multiple people say the same thing about me, I have to stop and pay attention because obviously this is something that I need to watch out because obviously I'm not noticing something. You get what I'm saying? But definitively, one thing what was my train of damn thought? Went away from here. I looked over here and I lost my train of thought. Anyways, I died. Anyway, I done got too hung up on this anyways. That's how I end up being on here for 2 hours. I'm gonna cut the chat room on in a second, but I appreciate you guys for coming on in. Hit the like button as you come on in. Hit the like button, Come on in. Yeah, come on in here. Let me grab something. Somebody in here. Let me bring it around, people. Let me bring it around. All right, so let me bring it around. Come on, thing. Come on. There we go. We got it there. We got it now. Boom, right there. All right. You said college math is crazy, chemistry. Look, my knee baby she got her graduated in that field, computational chemistry. I think that's how it goes. And you ain't got to tell me, cause like I told her, I said, just tell me some of this. You know, I'm a science guy. I'm a history and science guy. I have an analytical mind. I like to think like that. I had to think through everything. So I'm sitting back, I'm going there, and I wanted to talk to her one day. And I'm saying, hey, just tell me some of the stuff you're talking about. This girl's talking I'm like, what are you saying to me? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know nothing. What is this? This makes no sense to me at all. So I get what you mean when you say that chemistry is a mother, ain't it? Yeah, hit the like button when you come on there again. Hit it, because they don't shut me out over here. You bastards. Look, ain't showing nobody. Look at you bastards. Anyway, let's move on to the next one.
Has anybody noticed that the birds, the deers, raccoons, they will not eat grocery store vegetables anymore? Like, I put out 3 cans of tuna for the feral cats that live in my neighborhood 3 days ago. They haven't touched it. These are hungry cats. They won't eat this tuna.
You mean to tell me a fishy, smelly can of tuna and stray cat says, nah. My people, see, this is what I want us to get. Do you realize how they psychologically break you down? Because see, we're obviously not using our sixth sense. Because mind you, the cat don't speak human. The cat didn't look at the can and say, yo, that is GMO. I don't want that. No, the cat instantly, his nature says that's not food. You're the same way. You're supposed to be able to recognize that. But they in your subconscious, they are in your secondary, I say your secondary mind. They all in your involuntary thoughts. They're all up in it. And you're making decisions based upon advertisements. I do it too. Classic example. You be sitting in, all of us are victim of this. You're scrolling through some social media, Instagram, something, because you know I didn't spend this long, right? So you're scrolling through and then food day. Everybody gonna have their food day. Mine, like, side note, I tell you when I have my food day. When I have to look at people cooking and all types of food people be preparing and stuff, I do that when I go through a fast. I go through a fast a couple times a year. And when you go through a fast, it comforts me when I, like, say it's day 7 and I'm on a fast. It comforts me to watch the food and then think about it. But we're not actually partaking in it. So that's just a way for me. So everybody's done it. And so you sit back and do it, and you say you'll go make that food. That's what you got to go do. What I'm saying is that we all fall victim to the advertisement. These scrollings are just advertisements. And as I'm watching it, and like you say, but we're not using our human nature. And I'm gonna just tell you like this: if the animals won't eat it, people, we got to be aging ourselves. I say this all the time. I was talking about the other day. Remember the other day, if you were in here, and I said that time is not what you think it is anymore. They are manipulating time. If you're on the network, you know the sun and the moon ain't dictating, and the seasons ain't dictating time no more. Your cell phone is, your laptop is, your iPad is, everything that your watch is. All that stuff that's on the network. When they say it's 12 o'clock, it's 12 o'clock. When it says 11:38, it's 11:38. But that don't always match an analog clock. They don't always match a wind-up clock. They don't always match a clock that goes off a battery. It doesn't. I've seen it. And so when you have that going on, you don't know well, I don't even forgot my point, but you don't know what you're doing. You don't know why you're going through it. You don't know what's happening. But I know this: if the food ain't fooding no more, oh, that's what it was. So if they're manipulating time, it's almost, they could be doing this. They could be literally just pushing time to match how fast they are deteriorating our bodies. Because they're speeding up time. And I can prove it. I'll go, but I don't feel like going through it all over again. But I can prove it if you watch yesterday's episode. I talked about it on there. So, but remind you, how many people you see in their 40s and stuff, you're like, man, Tyrone look beat up, man. Good God, he's aging bad. Well, and then really in actuality, this man could be like 29 in real time. But the food he's eating is making him look 43. You know what I'm saying? Because I see it all the time. You see people, you be like, oh my God. You know, and I'm gonna tell you, we can't avoid it. It's almost like we can't avoid it anymore. For years now, like I was vegan for 13 years. So I was able to avoid a lot of different things. But then they started saying, let's just crap on the vegetables too. Now they crap on the vegetables, they crap on the like you said, the vegetables, they crap on the fruit. I mean, mind you, I have stuff in here that we've talked about. They have strawberries that they're talking about. They have like 39 chemicals on them. Don't eat the strawberries. Don't eat the strawberries. Come on, you can't eat the strawberries. We got to a problem when chocolate ain't chocolate no more. Matter of fact, I got a video in there about that. Do I got that? Do I know what that video is? Anyway, let me stay in water. Look, people, I got this video up of this young lady. I can't play it. Hit the like button. Share the live to it. Share the live. But I can't play it because if I play it, what's going to happen is they're going to flag me because she's doing a lot of cussing. But I agree with everything she's saying. Let's see if we can. Let's try to start and see if we can bleep it. Let's get the bleeper ready. Let's get the bleeper ready. All right, y'all ready? Let's go.
Found this scrolling on social media. Let me know what y'all think about this.
Listen, one thing you guys know about me is that I'm gonna say that shit, and I'm gonna say some shit today that's probably gonna piss some fucking people off. But one comment I don't ever want to fucking see again is they're trying to distract us from the Epstein files. Where are the Epstein files? Don't get distracted. Release the Epstein files because y'all actually think they're trying to fucking distract you from shit. Like, are y'all fucking daft? And I'm not saying this shit to discredit the atrocity.
I can't do it. Well, I can't because you won't let me do it. But I'll say this. The whole thing with her is this. This is her thing. It ain't no distract. And I say this. I totally 100% agree with her. It's not a distraction from the Epstein file. It's not a distraction for something else. They don't care. They know we not gonna do nothing. That's what we've gotten to. They are openly now telling, like, mind you, with the redistricting, because that's what we're gonna get to. We're gonna get to that in a minute. I promise we're gonna get that. With the whole redistricting and all this other stuff that's going on, they're telling you we don't care what you think. We'll just give you an excuse. I don't need to tell you about the Epstein file. You wanna know why? Because ain't nobody going to jail, and y'all ain't gonna ride in the street or nothing, and when none of them do. And in 50 years, when we drop this information on y'all, what's it called? And can't even talk today. When they remove the stuff, I can't even get the word out today. But when they finally show you everything that's in the file, you're gonna see, oh God, this person was horrible, but they're gonna be long gone. And still then they're gonna just trash all the black folks' image and they had good standing left and then leave all the other ones. Man, I'm just telling you, these people are diabolical. They'll say and do anything. Like I said this the other day about the whole January 6th thing, and these people some of them ready to get paid. And people say, man, he just bullying people and giving them the money. I was like, why y'all just don't bully and give us the money then? Like we supposed to get. I just want you sometime to match their energy that you say they do to us. Why don't you match it back and do in our positive manner? Oh, he's just looking out for his people. Look out for us. You say we loyal. Look out for us. Anyway, I can't play her though. I want to play her so bad, y'all, but I can't. She cuss too much. She do.
Footage has been released of Ashley Janae's last day. Here she is running around the hotel naked with her.
If you don't know, this is the girl in South Africa with Zaddy. They don't drop. I don't know if y'all saw it, but they don't drop the. And mind you, quietly, nobody's talking about. This should tell you how with them, they don't make a deal out of nothing. Now they don't drop video footage of this dude chasing her around this place with her towel on and nothing else, and he butt ball naked, and he chasing her. It looked like she may have probably potentially slipped down the stairs and pumed herself. Trying to get away from her, but I don't know. But what I'm saying is he's definitely guilty, allegedly, I would think. It seems, I don't know. But the reason why I say that is because you think about it. But again, no one's talking about it. Excuse me. No one's saying anything about it. No one's breaking news. Why do we have to get Zaddy? He keeps doing stuff like this and getting away with it. No one's talking about it. Remember, right after this happened, the fella unfortunately did something to his entire family, their family, I think of 8. And then they started doing articles and videos and interviews and hit pieces on all black men and how we just violent. It's like, what? Why does everything have to be a catch-all for us? Why do we get RICO'd into everything? But now, when I saw this
fiance, she's in the towel running around. He's chasing her. There she's in the towel. He's literally butt naked. He has no clothes on. She does a U-turn, runs down the stairs. He jumps after her, falls down, gets up, and
I think at that point she may have failed or something at that point. But it's just crazy to know that's what's happening. Nobody's saying that. You know what's funny? So you have that going on, and I'm gonna tell you, I was gonna make a whole show out of this video if I can find it of these young ladies. Yes, there's a room full of sisters. These can't be black married women, and I'm gonna play it through because I have to let y'all hear the young sister who posted it too, because I want black women to know that if you're listening right now, I don't think all of you guys are like this. I'm not one of those brothers that's gonna throw y'all in the same bag and say y'all all do it. No, I'm not gonna say none of that. This is some select group of women who think and act like this. I'm gonna talk about what I think, but I just want to play it first.
Well, is there any women here who don't want to deal with men, period, or is it just?
This is a white D man talking to them on like a TikTok live or something. It's a room full of. Okay, and he's asking this question:
Black men, or is it a mixture?
It's just black men, and we actually want non-black men's help in this corrections that you speak of.
So what are the corrections that you're looking for specific?
Force, because that's the only thing that's gonna work.
But I mean, what are you looking for black men to arrive at? A place of understanding of like what do you want to see
Well, me
change?
We believe that there
personally,
is no hope for them. That we don't believe in changing their minds. We don't. But I'm trying not to say what I really want to say because you're on stage. But if they could not exist, hey, we wouldn't be mad at.
family. Let me let her go. Let me let the sister talk.
I think for me, I think I want the coddling culture to kind of stop. I think they get validated a little bit too much and they're not held accountable as much as white men, Hispanic men, Asian men. Like the legal system works in their benefit a little bit more than they think it does.
This, I'm gonna say it. TikTok banned me, didn't ban me. This raggedy bitch here just said, even though we represent the biggest portion of the prison system, it works in our benefit more than we really think. Let's see if the dumb, ooh, boy, if we was off TikTok, oh, she would be all kind of raggedy bitch. I want to say, you raggedy. Ooh, I want, ooh, go.
They're seen as the ultimate, like, most oppressed, and I think that coddling culture needs to stop and they need to be held accountable for their actions.
We need to be held accountable for our actions, y'all.
Because we live in white male patriarchy, white men set what's socially acceptable. So with you all setting what's socially acceptable, the degenerate behavior of black male culture needs to be checked, and there needs to be more, because we're no longer looking for accountability from them because they've proven that they will not take accountability.
Let's just say, again, let me start this by saying, I'm gonna start again by saying, I do not think this is the representation of the Black American woman. I do not think that if I put a room of 1,000, like a micro group of 1,000 of you in there, that we will get majority of these raggedy bitches. I do not believe that. I want to talk about these women. So sisters, if y'all could just back off me a little bit, because if this ain't you, then I'm gonna need you a little grace, because I know these raggedy bitches right here, that's why I tell people all the time, I love black folks. I'm a defender of black folks. Any and everything about us, I will do good, bad, or indifferent. I just don't defend this shit. You are not gonna ask me to remove me. Wait, Daddy, can you move him? What is wrong with these people? Talking about accountability, can I say this before I read the comment section? You can't have it both ways. We cannot be into the third or fourth generation of the highest single motherhood rate in the world right now and then turn around and say, these niggas won't be accountable. Where you mean they learning it from? If you listen to these raggedy heifers, you gonna figure out okay, let me stop. I love TikTok Shop because I know they don't like bullying. That's what I got in trouble for. Stop. See, there's two types of mindset. I know black women who, even when they were struggling, even the ones that had to be maybe in a low income housing, they didn't carry themselves like that, and it was a very short time, and they moved on. Then I know the majority, like I'm from a small town in North Carolina. And did we have hood? Hell yeah, we had parts of town you don't want to go over there, especially not after dark. But not majority of us. We had a very 50-50 split town. And in our town, black neighborhoods, if we had to go 100% of black folks, I was there a good 80% of it was all normal in this terms of black life, middle class homes. And when I say middle class, I don't mean money. I'm talking about on the poor level. You get what I'm saying? We cut our grass. We didn't have trash. We had yards and stuff like this. That's what I'm saying. So when I hear these types of women talking, I know this is a culture here. This part of the culture thinks and moves and does this way. And what I wanted to hold her for is because she's talking about accountability. Bitch, you're the one who raises those Negroes that you're talking about. See, the black woman doesn't raise her son that way. Again, I talk about it here all the time. When I want to escape all of the world, because the world's crashing now. It is coming down. It's crashing down. When I want to escape that, I have one family on YouTube that's just a normal black family. They don't get into politics. They don't know nothing about politics. They don't get into racial things. They don't know nothing about it. They just walk through life naive. And I want to be naive at night sometimes, so I go watch them. Called the Daily Davidsons. I go watch the Davidsons. That's what they do. Their children don't act like that. And so what I'm saying is that this part of the culture, and I only played this video for one reason. I think the problem is that if we're ever going to mend this male-female thing that we got going on right now, something's has to happen on both sides. When I find the next video, it's gonna be a bunch of raggedy Negroes like this. I'm gonna say the same thing from them as I'm saying for these ladies. Women, y'all gonna have to start denouncing them. That way, instead of doing the sister code and we gonna ride with them, we gonna make excuses for them, you know they do. No, same thing for men. When you got a bunch of raggedy Negroes, them YNs, don't make no excuses for them. And when I say don't make no excuses for them, it's not about throwing them out with the trash. I don't ever say that about the young ones. Never do that. But I can tell you, when you champion the behavior, then it becomes a problem. See, this is what I'm talking about. People get mad at me when I say that because Meg Thee Stallion got her heart broke and everybody was happy for her because she found a rich Negro that they thought was his lover boy. And I get it. I understand. He was a symbol. I get it, ladies. But wasn't realistic was this. When you are scissoring someone on the Grammys, talking about your wet wop, you can't, or it is very hard to be looked at in that manner. You're looked at like these young ladies will be looked at. And so what I'm saying is that the Davidson lady, she don't get looked at like that. It ain't got nothing to do with anything other than, and I'm just saying this, they're blurring the lines. They're telling these women that this is popular, this is okay, this should be okay and still looked at with some dignity. No, I can't act like a YN and still think I'm gonna get some dignity. They're not gonna treat me nice. When I come in with a hoodie on, with them little tweezy hairs up, and my pants are on with my drawers matching my shoes, with ashy knuckles, I'm just as scared as y'all are. Don't look him in the eye, because you don't know what the little nigga gonna do. I'm not gonna make no excuses for him. Now, I'm gonna say, now, how did he get here? We have to figure this out. But I'm gonna definitely tell you, as long as someone running around talking about, oh yeah, but the rapper look just like, no, I can't support him, because another little man gonna start looking like him again. I'm gonna tell you, it kind of like, and I love this dude musically, but Lil Wayne look kind of messed up some young men over the years, because a lot of young men still this day still look kind of like him. Yeah. So anyways, hold on. Let me see the comment. I had a couple comments. Hold on, let me go back on. I saw something. What did you say up there? You said. Where's that? Yeah, you can't chill. Okay, I thought you were talking about each other. No, you're not. I just say this. I'm just saying, when I say women straight, what it has to be, we have to stop just doing sister girl code. I see it all the time. You'll see, because men's number one complaint now, it seems to be with their ladies. You know this, I'm be honest, let's just be honest. What men's number one complaint seems to be right now is accountability from their women. So it's like, honestly, and see, when you got girlfriends that's basically sitting here just co-signing your bullshit, come on, stop that. Same way y'all want the man to stop doing it, I want all both sides to stop doing it. You said she wrote, kids. She wrote for, who are we talking about wrote for her husband and kids? Who are we talking about? Did I say something? I forgot what I was talking about. My grandmother was really good at me. She didn't have kids. Yeah, I get that. But, so, I wouldn't know who you was talking about, who you said her role, she wrote for her husband and kids. I wouldn't know who you talking about. Tell me who you talking about. Who that country? I can't see the name. Please forgive me, y'all. The screen is further back today than what it should be, so I'm struggling. My little po eyes. I'm old. But anyways, let's get into the main topic. Main topic. Let's get into that, and then we'll come back on the back end. You know how we do and just start babbling some more. So main topic's going to be is this. CDC wants to tell young black players to not go to any of these states where they're doing this redistricting. Before we get there, let me say something else about districts. This is the problem. Right now, in South Carolina, James Clyburn, the only black senator in South Carolina, is up to probably getting his district he's gonna get rezoned. And so I looked him up. So I always like to do my due diligence when I do. Clyburn has been there for decades. Clyburn has a 47% black population in his district. Clyburn, again, has been there for decades. And he has almost a 50% black population. Now, I may be slow, but they told me politics. The reason why people get in is to enact change. And most of the time we have basically been moved into the faults, because they always doing racial politics, that you get into it for your group. Now, if you're not in it for your group, saying black people, then you should actively say out your mouth, yeah, I'm not here for black folks, I'm an American, or whatever the reason to be. But we all know, in the colloquial sense of looking at things, that we all do it on a racial line. So that means James Clyburn, have been there for decades with almost a 50% black population, but yet still black people in his district don't even make half of what their white counterpart does in that district. And I have to stop and I have to say to myself over and over and over again, I don't, hey, what's going on, Ms. Wright? I'm glad to see you, sugar. Come on in here, girl. I don't know why, like for me, I'm torn, guys, when it comes to this whole redistricting. I'm very torn. I'm torn because I get it. I do not like representation taken away when we don't have none already. I understand that I'm not slow. But I also don't take, I am the dude that reads the back of every package before I ingest. I am this, even though they lying on that too. I'm the guy who has to know everything. If I have to know why we count in seconds and not first, I need to know everything. Why does it make sense? And when I look at things, so when I do it, I have to understand why are these districts that have been black for so long so poor? And then if I fight for it, just say I fight and I win. Okay, I've won now. But but we're failing in those things. So what do we do? If we're failing or lose them, I'm torn now. Do you understand my issue with this now? What's going on? You always, oh my goodness, South Korea, you are way over there. I appreciate the love. Hit the like button. Definitely hit the follow button if you hadn't. Come on in. Appreciate the gifts too, sugar. I appreciate that, Ms. Wright. I just think when it comes to this whole thing is that I don't think that we're paying enough attention to the broader scope of things. Now, if people like a Roland Martin or I'm trying to think of platforms that like they push the vote 24/7. If those were they just stayed in those lanes and then didn't, call people Simple Simon and didn't denigrate people because they're saying, no, I'm gonna need something for the, because what we're saying makes what I say, if I was sitting in front of Roland, it makes logical sense what I'm saying. Now you may not like what I'm saying, but this is a time to have a logical conversation. We could have it. We're probably not gonna agree at the end, but what I can't do is you calling me names because you don't want to address what I'm saying. I feel like you've admitted defeat, and then you just go back to your same talking point. And see, my thing is for Democrats is right now, if you want me to fight for the thing, why is it that no one's bringing up the fact that these places are still failing that are black ran? And see, I know it's not because of the black people, because I know them black folks ain't got no real power. See, y'all don't realize something. You're only put in place to do your job as long as you do it within the confines of the system. Let me use examples. Marilyn Mosby, black girl, sister girl, that girl right there was going places. She's DA, I think a sister DA or DA up there in Baltimore. She's killing it. Sister girl doing it, and that sister girl is ready to indict some police officers for Freddie Gray. That woman killing it. That's what power is. We need to put people in position. I told y'all. And I said back then, I cannot prove it, but if y'all hang around me long enough, I'm gonna be Nostradamus moving forward. And I'm not Nostradamus. It's just that they play the same playbook. I say this, when you don't play about the playbook, all of a sudden, old rules from the 1800s, you become a problem. They just got to get rid of you. Fast forward a few years, Marilyn Mosby is now looking at prison. I don't even know if they did send her to jail, but they done removed her from her position and was trying to put her in jail talking about money fraud. But if you pull back the layers, it was her own money. It's just a technicality of how she was going about it was incorrect. They don't tell you that part. What it was, Marilyn Mosby had to go down because she was indicting people. See, I'm a firm believer you can't beat the system when it's in place. You have to go around it, outside of it, something, but you can't do it in the middle of it. What you say about? You say you feel like you're confused, or you got really happy since that ain't for me. I don't even know if that was for me. I don't even know what that means. But so when I'm looking at this stuff, when I see these things, I just get torn. I'm very torn. I don't know how to feel about it. But let me speak to what happened, because I'm all over the place. I just still didn't get to the main topic. So when it comes to it, I have no problems with what the CBC wants them to do. Those young athletes to do. I have no issues with it. None whatsoever. And the reason why I don't have any issues with it is because of this. It is trying to use what I say all the time. Ms. Wright in here, she can vouch for me, is leverage. They're just talking about using leverage. Now, what doesn't make sense for me is these are the same people who get dumb. Excuse me, I use that. I love TikTok shop. They get ignorant a little bit about leverage when it comes to voting. Just vote this way. Because you do know, like, the Congressional Black Caucus isn't a subsidiary of the Democratic Party. That don't mean that they have to go along with everything they say. They don't. So, like, it should be a Congressional Black Caucus member that is a Republican, or a Congressional Black Caucus member who is independent. Why? Because that way, we not just sit back telling everybody we on this team. And see, they get paid. They make money. They have nice homes. They have generated some wealth. But if everybody seen the movie Life, that is hopping bobs most of the time. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Don't fall for the game. You wanna know how else? I just think of all the times and things that just doesn't make sense, and you can tell the fix is in. They don't even really try hard with us. Like, to me, at least, like, if you're gonna try to fool me, at least put some effort into it. Like, I love a good heist movie. I'm talking about Oceans, something like that. You know I love the movies? I love the movies because they say, hey, if you're gonna do this, you gotta do this intricate piece. If this tiny little thing don't happen, everything will fall out. I love that, right? I love that. The problem is, they talk to us like we 2-year-olds. I'll give you an example. Every black person that they give awards to, they give funding to, National Action Network and Tamika Mara's thing, and Roland getting 300 from the campaign. Everybody in these crews got white tea people that they married to. All of them, damn it. And you be thinking to yourself, how in the world did you say it's 85, I think it's 84, 85% of black folks that are married to other black folks? But for somehow everyone that is a politician, that is an entertainer, that is a ball player that got real money, all got them folks that they live with. Nah, this ain't no coincidence. That's just how it happened. But I want to talk like cats about, nigga, I can see you. No, this is not real. You gonna have to try a little harder for me. And for the people it fool, it makes no sense to me. I be like, come on, I know somebody that don't peep you to that. Gotta be some BS right there. So again, I don't have a problem with what they did. I don't have a problem with the leverage that they putting on them. I just, honestly, if I ask them, can we do more of this for other reasons that affects the collective? Like, why don't you ask those ball players to stop going to those schools so we can start sending the stars to the HBCUs? And in that way, I guarantee funding. See, you shouldn't have been waiting till you got to basically what they saying is, look, this is what I want to say. I don't want to dog the brother. Mr. Clyburn down there in South Carolina, but he ain't doing shit. None of them be doing that. They just, when you watching a movie and the politician is black in the neighborhood and everybody know he's a shyster, they write that character because he ain't shit. He's just doing the bidding to keep his job. They rich. The ones that love you, you don't never see because they remove them. If y'all don't hit the like button, if you don't hit the follow button, if you don't definitely share this, they're going to make me disappear. Classic example. One week we had, I think we had over 300, for my size channel, I should not have had over 300-400 people in here at one time, was in there. Right after that, anything I post on my channel, whether it's a short or anything, literally was getting 0 to 1 to 2 views. And I was like, that is not a coincidence when we were kicking ass just 3 days ago. You can't. So I know what they do. This is what I was saying when I first came in today. The difference between why we don't have no entertainer stars no more, ball players, that's gangsters out here no more, with people who are helping each other like Eddie did for all of them other comedians. The reason why we don't have none of that anymore, because we don't own nothing. They are consolidating every arena down to 1 or 2 or 3 3 industries, which in actuality is nothing more than the United States government. See, they give you the illusion of business. Oh, we doing business. There ain't no business no more. Let me tell y'all something so y'all can get it out your head. Businesses don't make money. I'm talking about that money to where they want to follow you around with cameras and talk about how your life is just amazing. You don't get to that level unless you working for them now. That's where they're moving toward. It's only a select few people who can say what they want, feel how they want to feel without breaking the law and still be able to make a fucking living for themselves. Do you know how crazy that is in this country? You have to do exactly what they say before you can make some money. In the place that one of your first thing was freedom of speech. So one of the original things that you thought of, he said, nah, I don't want to do none of that no more. You got to work for me. And I'm telling you, that's all we're looking at. We work for them folks on every level. I say this all the time. Ain't it amazing every time you see a black billionaire or black 100 millionaire that is so crazy that he has to be somebody above him that's actually making more money off of him? It's only a few that don't. You are a commodity. We are a commodity to these people, and they've done it, and they've convinced us that it's okay. It's okay that we're a commodity. You're fine. It's cool. And then they'll tell me, I don't know business. You know, brother, you don't know how to play the game right. You're right, I don't. It's hard for me to be able to look at a woman in the face, my children in the face, or anyone else and tell them I'm a man about something. But I know at any given turn, that dude over there, if he wanted to say damn near to me, you my nigga. You know, you my nigga. Can't say nothing if I want to feed them no more. What did you say? It's all corrupt now, it is. The pollution of everything is an understatement, Ms. Wright. That is like, when I say everything I look at, everything I see that is involving black folks, they have put toxic shit into it or watered it down. If you really think about it, I said this other day when we was talking about the Ms. Wright, remember we was in here, we was talking about the black Brits versus the black American actors, and people, and I got pushed back like crazy after that. People, you crazy, you just hating, causing more division. It's like, no, it don't make sense to bypass your own soil who was kicking ass for all these years, making money, making you millions and billions and billions of dollars, calling us liquid gold, to now go overseas to find a smaller pool of people. Remember, blacks in Britain is a tiny portion of their population. So when you see people crossing the pond and they doing it on purpose. And then two, again, tell me what stars they're producing since they're so much better than us, because they're not producing stars. We had stars, international stars. Now, they'll say something like, oh, The Weeknd, he don't even live, he Canadian. To me, I see at every turn, it is ready to get really bad for black folk. I want y'all to say this. I want you to ring the alarm. Hit the like button right now. Fair, say us up. Hit the like button. Hit the follow button if you ain't did it yet. I forgot I'm streaming over here, guys. I ain't been paying attention to everything. I appreciate everybody that's in. Hit the follow button. Serious up, because I need you, especially on the backup page. We have moved into an area to where, honestly, they're dotting I's and crossing T's to make sure even the stuff we can do to avoid them, we can't do. Like I was just thinking about the other day, because I've been seriously thinking about getting something like an RV, something just in case. Go ahead and do what I need to do. But now that I know that they're ready to crash out these motors on all these vehicles, it's like, I don't even know if it's worth the investment, because the way they dropping all of this ethanol into the gas, I know it's only gonna be so much longer before we're not gonna be making no money no more. And then look at the clues that go together. People will say, well, they can't crash out the cars. What about Uber? What about Lyft? You mean Waymo or what that is? I got my daughter's down in Phoenix. Them little self-driving cars is everywhere. Transfer trucks, self-driving. They're removing cars. They're saying, if you want to get in the car, get in one of ours, because we can record everything that you say you do and everything else. When you get in this car, your cell phone is going to link to our car. It's just crazy. This is the most insecure shit in the world to me that these people want to do to us. It's total domination. And I think what people are thinking is that, I get it. Anybody who over 40, 56 years old, you just remember the world being one specific way. But what I want people to understand is that it's not staying that way. They are making breadcrumbs to get different, to give you a different, like class example. Everybody's caring so much about the redistricting. I get it. They didn't take your vote from you. What they're telling you is that, and then I was listening to some black brothers talking about, oh my God, the Republicans will run forever. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, if you notice that's what happened if they took total control, why don't your team ever play offense to make sure they put shit in place to make sure none of this happens? Classic example. The young lady I wanted to play earlier who was doing all that cussing. Oh, she was going off, but she was so right. You had the Congressman John Lewis Act. You had the George Floyd Act. Some of these things was a counter that BS that they are doing right now. Your side said, nah, we good. We got other stuff to worry about. We got immigrants to bring in. Don't you be selfish. You remember, Blackie, you've been suffering. Treat them right. They're going to be over you now. Let me tell you this. James Clyburn, in that district, the reason I have a problem with him is that I expected the white people to be over top of him because they always in every place, which is just a coincidence, as the people like to make me feel like all the time. It's just a coincidence we're winning in every area and you're losing even though you're better than me. Anyway. But I had a problem in South Carolina, which is to me, is still in the heart of the South. So original Negroes is there. That was this part of the world. It was nothing but black people everywhere before them folks got here. And to know that now Hispanics have passed us in wealth, that bothers me, Mr. Clyburn, in your district. Because why am I going to go out here and fight for you and you ain't going to do nothing for me? That bothers me. I do not want to lose ground, but I don't want to keep with the status quo. That's the problem. I'm tired of, if you're with me, give me a thumbs up. Are you tired of non-movement? Are you tired of only time you are asked to vote is to protect your vote? It's only so many terms where we can continue to talk about protecting the vote itself until we can start leveraging it to do something for us. It just makes no sense. And that's why I say I'm conflicted with it. And with this whole Congressional Black Caucus, when you want these boys to do it, I'm with you. Thank you. Finally, somebody tried to leverage something. But the problem is, why is always something that ain't gonna be, because if they boys don't go and they just say, these people are not changing their mind. Let me go and say this too. They're not changing their mind. But let me say two things. The Republicans are not changing their mind. And guess what? Have y'all noticed the Democrats ain't really asking them to change their mind? Pundits are talking about it. CNN is talking about it. MSNBC is talking about it. Or they're talking about the damn near $8 billion Trump is ready to get at them folks that broke into the White House. I mean, into all of them buildings. But no one's really, as a Democrat, really talking about that. They leave it to us. And it lets me know they're complicit in everything that happens. They just get quiet. Remember, you just had I can't use some of these words. They just pum the living daylights out of you at them polls going into their 2020, 24. The natural response should be what happened, why they didn't show up. And when you ask them and they tell you, then you have to say, I have to do something. That's what makes sense to me. Am I crazy? Yes, it is two sides of the same coin. Yes, they're the same thing that they always. It's just, and see, for me, I'm just tired of that. And like, I see stuff like earlier today when I was in the gym earlier this morning, and Roland Martin was on, and he was playing a clip from what's sister girl name? Jasmine Crockett. Sister girl was basically interrogating some people about it was something they would do. I forgot what it was called. The SPCL or something like that. But they was out there arguing about it. But she was basically just asking them a question. Did she think the Proud Boys were white supremacists? Let's say it like that. And she had one black woman who was a Democrat. They had one black woman who was a Republican. And they had two white T dudes who both were lean Republican. So again, I'm not a sister girl fan because she don't never talk about nothing for me. Now she sound good when she talking, like, and this one, I agree with everything she was saying. Both can be true. I don't dislike these people just because I want to be hateful. That's how they got you thinking. Like Roland makes it personal. Like you just don't want him because he don't like me because I don't like being told I'm ignorant when you're not giving me anything tangible. And that's something I'm asking you for. Like, I'm gonna tell you this. Vote, it's this young man. Listen to this young man talk about his favorite white tea people.
For $1, name your favorite 3 white people.
George Bush.
Okay, why George Bush?
Because he put a lot of stuff on the map for us.
Yeah, like what?
He made cars.
Yeah.
Help pay folks get to where they need to go.
Yeah. Transportation.
Yes, sir. Made it a better place where folks can get gas for free.
Free gas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Made sure the slavers.
See, and I ain't gonna keep playing it. I just wanted to give you a taste. He goes from him to Donald Trump to Hillary Clinton. What he's doing, he's programmed. No, Roland, that's the program, and they get from watching nickels like y'all. You say, oh, I'm a victim. I'm a victim. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm not being victimized. Yes, they victimize you every day if you're a black person. Yes, you're being victimized. Some reason people think that because you admitted that's what the problem is. No, nigga, they're victimizing us. Yes. When they poisoning your food and they poisoning your water, when they picking you up, putting you in jail, and they doing things to you, making up laws and changing and throwing cocaine under your seat. I love TikTok shop. When they doing all of that, yes, they're victimizing you, sir. No, this is my own fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying you saying this. I don't know what you meant by that, but I've heard people say that before. Quit being a victim. I've been thinking to myself, you sound like the person that's standing up for their boyfriend who just punched them in the face. I just ran into his fist over and over and over again. No, you didn't. He hit you. Look, we do have power. We do. And they don't want us to feel like we have any intellect. That's why, and I noticed this, y'all don't realize this, but sisters that's in the room, sisters in any of the spaces that we're in right now, be honest with yourself. When politicians are talking, unless it's some rude, really old white dude that's on the Republican side, sister girls are cool with me. It's just them ignorant black men. We just can't get right, sisters. They won't pay attention and do the right thing. Man, I want sisters to say to yourself, if you ain't compartmentalizing your life, where else in your life do one of these people come in and do anything or mean any harm, any good for you? But I would like to think somebody in your life that was a male, that was a black guy, wasn't a piece of shit. At least one. Because I'm going to tell you, if I had just fell out of nowhere and I've never heard of anything or didn't know the way the world worked, and I turned on the TV and something, they said, let me tell you what these black men are like. I was like, well, they're horrible people. Wow, they're horrible. They're ignorant, they're dumb, they're just this, they're that. It would be all of that. And I'm just saying to myself, like for me, you see how I prefaced my conversation. One thing you never gonna see me to do up here is I'm not gonna sit up here and dog either one of us. I'm not. I can point out the flaw in something without dogging us as a collective. I just want, for when you see black men getting towed down, I need to see more sisters saying, y'all need to leave my men alone. Because I say the same thing for y'all. Miss Wright know it up in here. She up in here. She knows it. I'm just, my whole thing is I'm going to ride with you. Now, in private, we can check the shit out of each other. I have no issues with that. But this whole thing that we gonna ask white T man to come here and check him because it's your word, white T guy. I need, for the people who wasn't here earlier, there's literally a group of women in a whole room. I don't know, the TikTok, Twitter, any, I don't know what it was. Clubhouse could have been any other place. But they in there asking this one white guy, can y'all just remove the niggas? Just get rid of them. We don't want them anymore. And since you run the system, you can do it. So you're gonna eliminate yourself instead of trying to fit. Look, the day's culture is run. I am so tired of protecting my peace ass niggas. I'm sorry. I don't mean it like that. But I mean it because that means people are running. Those sisters are willing to blow up and not even have a child, remove their own race of people. I've seen people who will replace their spouses before they check their own behavior. That's how much they avoid this shit all the time. I've seen this before. So what I'm saying is that it's in every facet of life. Them women right there talking about these men will not be accountable. Make them accountable then. But you can't discard of each other because we will cease to exist. That's why I don't do it, because I can't be on that train, because then we don't exist. Now, let's use other people as case studies. Are there other groups of people online by the millions being told that their other side ain't shit? If you see it, we all know the platform because it'll be one white T woman, one white T man that's doing it, or 3 or 4 of them. But with us, we getting new ones every day coming up, popping up every day, talking about how messed up all of us is. We all messed up. Y'all all messed up. Just rob him and beat him for his money and then move on. And then him, just, man, I'm gonna tell you like this. Let me say it this way. I am a pretty fairly healthy young man in my life. And I'm gonna tell you, it is so horrible to see so many sisters online showing their body. And this is no hate. I'm not hating. I understand it. That's how I know the economics is low. See, I use context and nuance. Context and nuance says this: if we didn't have an explosion of young ladies that was willing to play with themselves, play with other people, to do random things sexually with people online with their face all out 20 years ago, and now we have an influx that's by the thousand, I'm not one of the people to just say, man, them people just like, this is the same equivalent to me when they say to us, y'all messed up because y'all ain't got no daddy at home. Or y'all messed up because y'all just violent. We wasn't violent 10 years ago. Why are we violent now? No, we don't need to talk about why. You just violent and that's what we're gonna do it. That's the way I look at it. These women are doing this, obviously there's no money. Or at least they don't feel, and I say it all the time, where are they working at? And then you're getting subconsciously told all the time, fast money is the best money. At the same time, a girl who's scissoring another woman with her wet wop is now standing next to the almost president-to-be, and they both told you that they are successful ladies. That is a confusing fucking thing to a 5-year-old young lady. It's very confusing to a young man that when he sees a little boy who looks dirty like Kodak Black, but he the one got a little bit of paper, but people who look like they say nerds, and they ain't got no money because nobody hires us at all, from the nerds to the Kodak Black type of brother. They don't hire them. So imagine a young man, but he idolizes because they done been told that Kodak Black is cool. And I'm just using Kodak as a catch-all. So he's gonna strive to look like Kodak Black, or Kodak Black getting bitches, Kodak Black doing the other thing. He's doing all that other stuff that the little nerd doing ain't doing. He's gonna try to do it. Now, what happens when he grows up and then they told him, oh, I forgot to tell you, once you look like it, you become public enemy number 1. See, I just say this. Don't just talk bad about my culture, the parts that is bad. And don't make it seem like all we is bad. That's that whole y'all ain't got no culture thing. That shit just bothers me because you just making shit up at this point. You said the goal is to keep us distracted so we don't have to see one. Yes, everything is a disgrace. Look, when I said this, and no, I take that back. No, I have to agree with the other lady. And there's no disrespect to you. What's that, Adrian? I think it is. I can't say it. No, I don't mean this in a negative man. I don't think they even hiding it no more. I'm with the lady I played the video earlier, and they're hiding it. They're not hiding anything. They don't have to hide. We don't stop anything. Look, right now, look, let's just look at all the stuff that has us going crazy, right? Inflation is through the roof. And inflation is so high, fuck the inflation. Let's just talk about black folks. I know black folks are here. Black folks know this. Black folks ain't worried about inflation. We worry about groceries high. Why is it that I go to the grocery store to get some popsicles and they $8? Pizza $12. I get a salad from a restaurant and it's $40. We worried about that. And what I want to know is that how is it that is my everyday existence? And people keep telling me that the people who run this world, they got out for my best interest and they'll never address that. Yes, we the damn culture. We always been the culture. I see the hype on every level. You see where they're doing it to us at every turn. But see what it is, as long as you have a built-in excuse, mind you, look, if you knew tomorrow you had to pick up a weapon and go out there and fight tomorrow, you're gonna have all kinds of anxiety. Oh God. I'm gonna be the same way. So what they do is they keep us in a state of anxiety at all times. They keep us at a level to where what's happening is all we're doing is we're staying in a spot where we're afraid to move because of what's gonna happen, and everything is negative when it does. What was I ready to say? Yeah, and you know what it is? You hit it in the head right there, Sugar. You did there. Yeah. What it is I'm not saying nothing crazy. What it is that you just don't want to do it. Like I say, I'm gonna tell you when the world changed for me. My world changed for me when I realized that I had to stop viewing the world through my own eyes. So like I would look at you, Adrian, and I would be like, yo, she's obviously thinking this, and this, because I would be thinking that. No, that's what I think about it. Like, you ever been with somebody, ever dated someone, something like this, and y'all together, everything cool in the fan, everything great, this, that, and the third, and like one day he or she came to you and was like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. And then they just cut you off and they ain't talk to you ever again in life. And you're like, bitch, motherfucker, I thought we were cool. You give up. No, what it is that you thought that's what it was. You moved that way. That person obviously didn't say it that way. They just told you that they did. One thing we're good at as humans, just saying shit. We say that all the time. We say, right. Yeah, it is. You got to keep your emotions out of everything. If you keep your emotions if your emotions are running you, you're gonna make stupid decisions. Like, class example, it's people that I respect. You ever do this on social media? Social media is people you don't know, but they're gonna keep showing you the same people over and over and over again. And like some people I'll see in a story on Instagram or something, you admire the things that they do. They're like, oh, that person's really disciplined. They go work out every day, man. They eat healthy every day, this, that, and the third. And then you see like a movie they may have watched or something. You say, oh, I watched that too. And you can say, oh, we all have camaraderie. I see, like, cause I have to, some days when you don't feel like working out, you got to go get your workout videos on. So, you see things like this. And one thing I've learned is that, but then when I see them go out and then they are very ignorant when it comes to voting, no matter what people say to them, it lets me know that's a level of fear. Because you live your life sane, in a sane manner, but when it gets to this, you get very weird. It doesn't make sense anymore. You stop moving in a way that makes sense. And I know what that means. You're just scared. That's all that is. Okay, they did good. Oh yeah, they did. Okay. Oh, they good. Cool beans. So, but that's all that is. So what I try to tell people all the time is this. Look, all you have to do in this world, if we want to get better, because I don't have all the answers. That's another thing I don't like. Because people do this here. So, Mr. Smart Man, if voting isn't the answer, what's the solution? Bitch, just because I can recognize something don't work don't mean I got the answers to everything. Just because you know how to eat pizza don't mean you know how to ferment bread. No, I can tell you something, this ain't working. Try something else. And I think the thing that gets me more than anything else, and it's hitting me in my head, keeps hitting me, is that in 2026, every voting year, and I'm burnt. That's why I say I think most people have to be like me. I'm burnt out with trying to go down to vote because we have to, it's life or death. And if we don't do it, they're going to take something from, y'all know this happens every election. That's the only thing that we talk about. If it ain't, like you said, if it ain't protecting the vote, it's having the right to vote. Then you got your IDs that you need to get, but everything's just about the vote. But again, I say it, Helen in Nebraska, she wants a zoning rule for her cows. So she says, if I vote for you, will you do? They say, yep, vote for Republican. We're going to change the zone law. She said, I'm voting then, Johnny. That's what she do. You see, well, no motion in that, no emotion in that. She just did what she needed to do for that. We can't get there because y'all keep having us voting to keep the vote. I mean, come on, man. At some point, you can't just keep running that game on me when it's just gonna be, no. Life, mind you, Roland Martin right now is telling that it is life or death. We need to go to war with the Republicans. And I get it. He gonna give you a compelling argument. Why? Man, this district, it makes so much sense. But the last crisis in 2024 and 2020 and 2016, there was always a crisis, brother. There's always something going on, brother. I want to say the Roland, ain't you tired of having to come up here and talk about that so you can't move forward about things we need for the vote? Because that means your whole content's gonna change. You have a whole new area of lanes to talk about. No, you stay literally, you like a civil rights protect the vote nigga show. That's all it is. Yeah, you like you say, like, even if like I agree with the process, we don't question anything. Like I will tell people this. I hope you'll eventually understand at some point. Every role that has been set into play, every arena, every branch, everything, they look. I get it. You go through life aimlessly. You don't have no plan. You don't have no structure. Your kids ain't got no structure. They go to bed when they fall, wherever they fall. You eat when you can get something to eat. Some people live this way. Some people have structure. Them folks have structure. And when I mean structures, they have think tanks. They run simulations. They are always trying to figure out how to stay 30,000 steps ahead. Best believe. Let me just say it so I can move on from there. Person making $7 an hour ain't gonna take down somebody who makes $7,000 a minute. He ain't gonna let the system ever make it the way where he can do that. When are you gonna understand that? You have a vote with no money attached. You hit every level. The only thing that gets done, money's attached to it, other than your vote. They don't respect it because it don't move nothing. The movement has to come from something. It has to mean something. Yes, it can be leveraged into something. But the vote is just symbolism. The vote is just the symbol for this is what the niggas as a collective want. That's all that it is. You have to go give your vote for it. You did that. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm torn because, like you say, I'm never a hater. If something is good for us, I don't care who it comes from. I don't care if it comes from an enemy. I'm with it. Again, bravo to the Congressional Black Caucus for stepping up, doing something that you think should be done to try to get something actively done. But you see what they did? They showed you they can come up with ideas when they want to get something done. But fast forward before this, they just didn't want to get nothing done. They don't talk to you. I go on their Twitter. Twitter is, you know what I loved about social media for these people? I would have told them, don't never get your ass online. Because you're just going to tell on yourself. I go to the NAACP, I go to Congressional Black Caucus, I go to before Jesse passed. I'm always on these people's pages. The reason why is because I want to see what is important to you since you say you represent me. And the Congressional Black Caucus only does one thing. They only talk about Trump. That's it. They don't ever talk about what they want for you, what they're going to do for you, what we're going to do together, nothing. We just don't talk like that. I just to me, I've gotten to a point now to where it's just like, if you're going to sit here and be willfully ignorant We can't get out of it. People always tell them what we ain't gonna get. I'm gonna tell you like this. If you stay willfully ignorant, you ain't gonna get nothing. Ever. Never ever in life you ain't gonna get nothing. Because what's it gonna be is it's gonna be the exact same thing. It's gonna be that every time. And to me, I don't understand why we can't seem to understand it. Hold on a second. Yeah, bitch. Hold on. Let me get this to go away. There you go. Hold on. Let's see if they let it do it again. I'll try it again. So, but I just, to me, people, and like I said again, I don't want to get caught up only in that. It's just, when I see my timeline, I see people like, what got me on the path, I was seeing the part where they were showing the kids. They're just, man, there's so many kids. Like, class example. This one blew my mind. Let me show you this one, guys. This is 3 guys sitting in a room having a conversation. I want to set it up because I don't know how great the audio is going to be. But the guy they're clowning, let me just give you the context I want to give you. He is a college student. Let me just say that.
Dictionaries will like show you how to say the word too, though. What is a thesaurus do?
Anything. No, nigga, a thesaurus.
No. Stop. Just 1 second. Stop.
You in college, nigga.
Stop 1 second though. This nigga said a thesaurus is fucking dinosaur. Is a dinosaur? This nigga just asked.
And he was serious. Let me just say that, guys. Yes, a thesaurus is a book about dinosaurs. He's in college. You know what's the crazy thing in the world? They convinced us as humans to do this. They said, hey, give them a degree. Even if they don't learn nothing, everybody gonna respect the title. Y'all realize that's what we do. I give you an example. That Dr. Cheyenne, I don't pay attention to none of that bitch say. I ain't never really watched none she been on. I caught other reaction shows talking about her stuff like this, but I don't watch. Because most people who call themselves psychiatrists, things like this, are just, if you have a bias against someone, you can't do it. Like I always tell people right now, not everybody can be a lawyer, because a lawyer has to separate their emotion to do their job, no matter which side you own. There's going to be somebody, if you're a prosecutor, that you have to convict, that you know you don't want to convict, that you're going to have to do it. It's going to be somebody you defended that you don't want to defend, but you're going to have to do it. That's why you have to separate your emotions when it comes to it. That's their system. But when I just say this, when I see the world, how ignorant we have gotten. I think they have just convinced us this. I just finished my point about Cheyenne, so I ain't got to do it. I won't gonna make it about my friend. The whole point with her is this. I don't care whether she has a degree or she's a real doctor or not. I don't. What's her name? I don't watch this show, tonight's conversation like that. I've caught clips, things like that, but I can honestly tell I've never watched a whole episode, not one time, right? Not because I don't think I've heard some good game come over. Because that one lady, Dawson's sister, I can't think of her name, Kitty or something like that. She pops up in my timeline like that lady gives a lot of good game. She's level-headed. You can tell she done been through some things. I don't know her whole story. Nobody need to tell me. I don't need to know all that. All I know is that when I hear someone makes a sane, rational point, it makes sense. The times I've heard that lady speak, she don't make sane, rational points. And so when I say, yes, Cheyenne, Cheyenne Bryant, she doesn't make rational points to me. That's why I don't respect her opinions. Has nothing to do with her piece of paper. I'll tell people like this all the time. And I'm gonna make it personal about what I've done. So for me, me in my 20s was a human fucker. All I did, job to job. Back in, you remember back in the day when tip services was just still around, when we had jobs in America? And I was tip serving, job to job. I was going nowhere fast. I started doing stand-up comedy in my late 20s. For about 12 years, I did stand-up. But as I was doing stand-up, I was also starting to learn more about my own culture, I was learning my blackness. And then I realized that at some point, you got to grow up, you got to do things a little bit different. And what I found when I was doing that was a lot of the people that put me on the path were not people who, like, Dr. Sabi's not a doctor. Dr. Layal, Dr. Africa wasn't, I don't think, a real doctor. These are two people that I respected health-wise. These two people helped me survive. I would have probably passed if it wasn't for those two. Literally, I'm telling you, my health was declining fast in my 30s. I was stand-up, I was living reckless, I was out there. So, quiet as kept. I hate to say it out loud because the man in prison now. And in there for the most, oh God, but Polite had a lot of good game back in the day. before you realize he was buttball crazy. But it's just people that I respected the information. Young Pharaoh gives you good game. That brother ain't no sniffing no institution. Now, y'all can talk about all the stuff you talk about. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the level of information that these young men took in. Let me know. That's hype. I've watched a young Pharaoh sit there with a person who was supposed to be a rabbi. I remember watching him sit there and just dissect this dude about his own culture. Break him down. You don't need their paperwork. Their paperwork is to dumb you down, not to make you exceptional. You will learn how to speak very well. You will regurgitate their facts very well. You're not stupid. I'm not calling you dumb. I'm saying you're believing the stuff that they say is real. They tell you mercury is poisonous. Why? Because mercury is an amazing element that you can use in this world. They used to. But if you don't know this, you're gonna run around regurgitating that it's crazy, you don't need to do it, done. All this. So that's what I'm talking about. It's not being dumb, it's being ignorant to what's going on. I want my people to stop believing open liars. You know you get lied to every day. We can sit here and point out all the things Trump lied about. Hey man, we in war, we over in Iran because we trying to liberate their people. Nigga, Flint still ain't got clean water. What are you talking about? You can't lie like that. That don't make sense. You know why he can lie like that? Because you ain't gonna do nothing to stop it. I just have to give you an excuse. No, I'm not gonna tell you his name. I just want people to know, look, what you don't realize is that all these people are doing, they're lying and moving pieces for themselves. They're doing two things at once. They are covertly, while you're running around about the vote, they are taking your land. They are taking your ability to make money. They are criminalizing being poor. Look, people, I did an episode earlier this week. Go back and watch it. You have to pay to live in homeless shelters in places now. Where does homeless people get $11.50 a day to live in a homeless shelter? Where? Where is he gonna get it? They're telling you that you're gonna be on the street. Street is the new prison. That's vagrancy laws all over again. Then they're gonna start criminalizing that. You can't be homeless in the city. So you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna pick you up. They're gonna put you in some type of confine. That's what's going to happen. So it ain't about your vote. They got you right about the middle piece that's going on. You need to say no to everything. This young T-white boy said it best. It's gonna be one way and one way only you're gonna get out of it. You've seen every movie, you've seen every time, it's only one way one gonna happen. And you can do it right now. The American people, you, me, your old lady, anyone that is employed, anyone who wanted to go to the mall, anyone who wanted to go to McDonald's, need to go the fuck home. Stop voting. When they say, let's check the polls, John. Oh shit, no one came out. You know what that means? That means we no longer buy into your BS. I want my black people to know, your liberators, those Democrats, they're your liberators, and your detractors, the Republicans, both don't want to see you win. You want to know how I know they don't want to see you win? Where's your Democrats that's talking about the J6ers getting their billions of dollars? They're not even talking about it. They don't seem to be up in arms. This is an atrocity. I hear the pundits talking. They having people on news shows talking. Now go to your politician's page on the Democratic side and see how many of them talking about what needs to be talked about. They not. Man, to me, it's just exhausting to watch people. Like that young man I played a minute ago, exhausting. Yeah, and Hillary Clinton's amazing because she learned how to wobble, and I love her for that. And Donald Trump is just, shut the fuck. Just sit down. So that's the time you want to tell black folks to sit down, shut up. Just sit down. That's ignorant. Stop calling black folks ignorant that don't want to do that no more. Anyway, let me take y'all down another path real fast while I still got you. So let's go down this food path because I wanted to talk to you guys about this, okay? This food thing, hold on, but somebody said something. What he said? The vote is a testament to the fact that you buy into the process. Yes! Exactamundo. I totally agree with you. Off-road, that is exactly what it is. See, it's a gauge. I always tell people, yeah, we need to gauge how how much they're still involved in the BS. Like it is. I say it all the time. Krishnamurti said it best, the philosopher. It says the world is a stage. We're just all unwilling participants in it. It's a theater. It's all theater. It's all a theater. And what happens is the people at the top, they're eating people, and they're taking children, and they're doing all the other crazy stuff that they tell you they're doing. They tell you they're doing it, and then they just tell you, no, they're not. And you say, oh, okay, it's probably just rumors. You ever notice that when I would say that when there's smoke, there's fire, sir? It doesn't make any sense. It's just, look, it's a system. Okay, Keisha Lance Bottom. Keisha girl, get in there, she become the governor. All right, I'm gonna go to the food thing in a second. She become governor, right? Just let it happen. She become governor, right? Now, I want y'all to go do this. Go on her website today. Go on. I ain't never been on there. This should tell you something. I ain't never been on there. But this is how confident I am when it comes to it. I want for you to go on her website. And I want you to go look at what her campaign stance is. And in the section that's supposed to be for black folks. Now, hopefully she has something that was supposed to be for black folks, right? When you get in there, I want you to say to her, I want you to see if there is, say it this way. See if there's anything tangible in there. Meaning, when I become governor, just say it ain't just set-asides, right? Because black folks really need set-asides. But just say set-asides. But just say she says, when I become governor, I have to look at the budget because we have to get a cap right now and bring it back down to a livable wage. If $66 an hour is what basically minimum wage needs to be right now for people to be able to survive, we have to figure something out when it comes to this. And when I mean that, this will be my strategy to get here. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, campaign strategies or the way you're supposed to get to whatever that tangible goal is that you do put on your website, you need to be able to put that out there so we can see the outline. Because I'm gonna just say it like this, oh, we can't do it, we don't want to give it away to us. I don't give a fuck what they say. That's what I would tell them. Then they need to come up with something better than mine. Because you like mine. Show your hand. What I mean is I'm running for office. If I'm running for office, this is my whole thing. I am looking at this right now. I need for this. First and foremost, anyone that is respected in the community, that has a pulse in the community, meet with me. First things first. When we do it, we need to sit down. What is harming the community most that we need to attack right now? Not only right now. That way we can get some type of Band-Aid on something so people can feel some relief and also build confidence in what the fuck I'm ready to do for you. So when somebody tells you, I don't care what it is, it could literally be something simplistic, whether it's a food bank, it could be literally like say capping out on something has to tangibly be done. And when I meet with everybody, before I announce that I'm going, these are all the pinpoints of what I'm going to do when I get in there. This is where I plan to do this and there. Now, you don't have to get intricate and tell you we're gonna pull the money from yet. You don't have to. But you do need to pinpoint what you're going to do. Because if you care for people, that's what you is. Me, I'm from a small town in North Carolina. Won't tell you what it is. You don't need to know all that, okay? But I'll say this. My town is puning away from here. Due to local government corruption, they're pulling in data centers, high crime rate because all the jobs left. I get tired of the Negroes was bad. No, the jobs left. That's why everybody's being violent. That's why people are stealing from each other. That's why people on drugs. They have done the testing. When you deprive a resource out of a community, you're gonna have high crime, high sex, high drugs. No matter what you say, what you can shame them all you want to in the face. If you deprive the community, those three things are going to happen 100% of the time, every time. They know that. They just tell you, you just hugged up. So, my town is passing away. So for me, if I was ready to run for local office, my whole thing is just like this. I know the pulse of that place. White people, I'm just have to tell you flat out the gate early. I'm gonna have to tell you, you're not prioritized right now. What do you mean? See, I knew you were gonna be, I didn't say I was gonna hurt you. What I said I'm not going to do is you can't keep the divide to where you're going to win it all and they lose it all. Sorry, wrap your mind around that because that's happening. Another thing I'll tell you too, you heard mostly hearing black folks complaining about the J6s getting this money. You hear a bunch of white people saying anything? No. They always whining us about reparations. I don't want to use my tax dollar. You using it now, but you don't care. It's about you. It ain't about the reparations. It's you. I don't want you to have nothing. Go ahead and look at it like it is. That's what it is. I don't want you to have nothing. I know that I shouldn't be like this. I know it's wrong. Cause that's another thing. Cause like Jasmine Crockett's dad, and I don't want to pick at her, but she did like in the day. I had no issues with her. She talked to the Democrat lady. This little hearing. She asked the lady. She said, "Is the Proud Boys a white teeth supremacist group?" The black lady, the Democrat said yes. She asked the black lady who's Republican. She said, you know, she bedwinching. She knows she can't say it. Then the white tea guy, I don't know about being a white supremacist group, but I do know they are anti-Semitic. And if that's the case, we need to get rid of them. Nigga, if you don't get out of here. So this is the panel she's talking to, and she's frustrated with them. You can tell it. She's so frustrated, she just cutting people off. I yield the floor. Just shut up. Just shut up. I'll keep going. Now, I don't know to a black person who don't like open racism will see her and then say, the girl ride with her. Doesn't mean you still getting undone. That's theatrical. It looked good. It did. It makes you warms your heart. I was like, oh shit. Where is the policy that is being enforced? That's when you know it's real. See, look at it this way. When a migrant, let's say it, TikTok friendly, when a migrant gets here and they have their $2, you know how they always get $2. I don't know where they got $2 American from, but they always come with $2. They get here with their $2. Now, you do know why they are able to take that $2 and turn it into a level of wealth? It's the set-asides, the things you don't qualify for. I.e., you didn't get the debit cards. You didn't get the funding for your business. You don't get tax-free status for a lot of times for these people. You don't get the priority with housing. You didn't get the hotel. You don't get any of things. They always bring in immigrants and prioritize them. Let me get this through y'all people's head. Every time you hear a person who is Spanish, who is from South America, who is from Southern Europe, who is from Ireland, who is from Scotland, who ain't from Britain, 9 times out of 10, they were not white tea people until the 1900s. So when they say we, they ain't talking about you. You just got here, new booty. It's a very small group of them folks that was white tea people that was here. All the rest of y'all got sucked into it. Why am I saying this right now? Because they had an influx of immigration, 1890 to like 1920 something. That's Ellis Island. That was your immigration. They boosted their numbers by bringing in immigrants, and they're doing it now. Guess what those immigrants got back in when they got here? They got stuff like the Homestead Act. They got things that they were able to get that you didn't qualify for. The same way now. You want to know how when you read history and you say to yourself, man, how did they get away with all of that stuff? The same way they doing it now. They just give you an excuse. Brother, sister, they are giving land, they are giving wealth, they are giving money, they are getting set aside to foreign people to make sure they're acclimated into this system here well. That is how the Mexicans get here. They prioritize them. That's why they are able to do this. Not because they work harder. You were free fucking labor. Who works harder than free? Stop taking it. Oh, well, let me show the dude who plays the PlayStation all day long. Don't talk to me about him. You still talking to the 16th richest economy in the world. Don't talk to me about them being lazy. Stop projecting your lies. Stop absorbing their lies. They're just a bunch of criminals. They have statistically told you that you are less than 1% of your group is a criminal. Less than 1%. All of this stuff that they keep telling us is BS. So them immigrants getting here now, getting things, you are watching a new influx of them same folks as Ellis Island. Right now. Underneath your nose. They don't deviate from the script. They do it the exact same way. You just let them lie to you. It's just an excuse. Use your common sense. That's it. That's all I want you to do. I love you. I do. I want you to do better. I want to do better. I want us to stop falling for the banana in the tailpipe. Moving on. Let me move on to the line of things so we can get out of here. I know I've been talking too much today. I'm sorry, guys. My bad. Hit the like button, people. I don't think. Hit the like button. Follow the channel, people. Y'all ain't even follow the channel, man. I'm doing all the talking. Y'all don't even show me no love, man. I come out here and try to talk with my folks. So, you know why I do this talking so much too? I like talk. I ain't gonna lie to you, right? But you know why I do this too? I do it because if you anything like me, I remember doing all them times like George Floyd, or even Mike Brown, and especially Trayvon. I'm a father, son. The kids, Tamir Rice, they break my heart. Aren't you? They break my heart. So when I do these things, it's because I remember trying to find camaraderie amongst my people because I be hearing people lie on us on the news. They will sit in front of our faces and then denigrate us and just make it up. And then the black folks today have paid to be there. Just let it happen. Like I said, this black woman today was on that panel with Jasmine Crockett. She's a Republican. So she don't want to denigrate none of her white people, zaddies. She don't want to make zaddy mad. So she's still here lying about a group who's openly got Nazis in their names. These people are weird to me like that. I did this because I wanted to come to a space where we can come to on a day-to-day basis during the week to get retooled to know that you ain't by your fucking self when you are not crazy. Brothers, you are not lazy. You are not trash. You are worth more than just being something usable for someone else. They have turned us into that. If you're not adding value to something, if you're not building something, if you're not picking something up, if you're not driving something, if you ain't doing something at all times, you have no value. What the world is that? How do you say you love someone and they have to always be doing something for you? That is why with those men that get left, I saw this case the other day, pissed me the fuck off. I would punch on her neck. I don't even hit people, but I would want to punch her over. She made me so mad. You helped this woman. She had brain cancer. He quit his job and nursed her back to help. And then she goes on one of them shows. And first and foremost, she's on tonight's conversation telling them how she wants to leave him because he ain't excited or something no more. First and foremost, you're denigrating him online. Now he sees you disrespecting him. This nigga helped you survive. You do that. How do you treat someone like that? You know why? Because men in our culture have been relegated down to whatever the fuck they can produce. And if you don't produce nothing, you have no value. But here's the okie doke. You don't control the production. And these people have it out for your men. At the same time, you got raggedy heifers on here calling us all kinds of names, telling people to remove us with force. Could you imagine, lady? Your man told you ain't only good if you can still work. Don't get sick. Don't hurt nothing. Don't break nothing. Don't do none of that. Could you imagine what that feel like? To know that at any given time, if your employment goes away, then your woman gonna leave. They have relegated a lot of men down into that. That is the most, brothers, I feel for your nervous system. I feel for your pain when this world has basically said you can't even feel with one, like classic example. Ladies, y'all don't understand it a lot of the time. They have relegated our men down to being less than nothing economically most of the time. So imagine you and him ain't together. Now, I'm not saying he's the best person in the world, can't say it, but you know once he's gone, or once you gone, that ain't just losing his woman. He probably losing his home. He's losing access to his children. He's losing access to everything he knows. He has to lose that all. And majority of the time it's happening because of what he is or isn't producing. And I'm saying to myself, oh my God, that cannot be the way we look at him. There's no self-esteem you can build into someone like that. You can't, that again, that is like telling a woman, you gain any weight, bitch, I'm out of here. That's a lot of pressure to build people. That's why I don't think old people take it and they ain't, nobody's getting old. Look, all people online looking at these montage. Look, let me tell y'all something. When you see the guy and the girl together and they popping champagne bottles on a yacht and then they holding hands on the flight and there's beautiful montage music in the background and he dropping rocks on her hand and they doing all this other good jazz. We all want that, baby girl. But that is not reality. And being that that's not reality, you can't put your standard there. And if you want that, take the man that you got, or when you meet one, say, hey, this is the vision that I'm seeing. Now, how can we build this together and do it? Not, nigga, can you provide this? How do we build this together? Because I'm going to tell you something. This is a sister on one of my pages. And you ever had a person just rub you wrong and they ain't did nothing. It's just their way of thinking just rub you wrong. Like, I probably rub people wrong as hell here all day long. Just my way of thinking. He ain't saying nothing wrong. I just don't like this nigga way of thinking. I appreciate that, off-road. But this is on my page. She always talking about Ma'am, these sassy men be talking about 50-50 out there. I sit there thinking to myself, I've been following the girl for like 3-4 years. And for 3-4 years, she been talking the same talk and she been single for 3-4 years. And I sit here thinking to myself, what world are you living in to where black men, y'all want, mind you, we're talking about, okay, if one getting it, great. If 10 getting it, great. But if you set the bar at being saying he needs to be able to pay for everything, knowing what the world we live in makes no sense. That is to me, look, I don't expect, let me tell you something, sisters, because I know a lot of times women don't hear it unless they can equate to it, until you can feel it. Let me tell you something, if you my woman, you ain't got to worry about it. You do not have to cook for me all day, every day. You ain't got to cook my breakfast, my lunch, and dinner. You ain't got to sit up and do this all day long. You ain't got to do none of that. You know why? That only comes if our life is built around that way. What I have to understand is that we're living in a culture that really right now, 18 to 34, 50% of black men are out of work. If I was women, I would think to understand, you're going to have to understand if I want a man when it's already 100 to 1, this don't make sense for me to be shrinking my pool even more over some shit that he can't even control. What about his culture? I mean, what about his provision is not just monetarily, and I'm not telling women to not want or need that. What I'm saying for it is you're not in a position right now to get that. You are the girl who got pregnant going into college, so you may have to go to community college versus the 4-year like everyone else. Not saying you have to derail from it, it just got to change a little bit. So for black folks, look at us the same way. I know white women get to walk around with her man, he just built himself up. Her man can also have 9 lives. He can be a cokehead at 18. He can be a military guy at 30. He can also be in rough politics at 40. He can go to prison for impugning to somebody at 60 and still come out with a great name. That's their existence. That's not us. So what I'm just saying is at this point, these unrealistic goals, you can't put them there. It's making you lose. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not even saying take anything less. What I'm saying is you just have to build with each other. That's just it. Why is that such a negative thing? Your parents did it. For the parents who won't together, did you see how your family struggled under that one income? 2 is always better. 3 is even better than that. I'm just saying. Look, I'm not into name calling, none of that stuff. What I'm saying is that this is what it is. Look, ladies, this is the equivalent of when you hear a woman saying this online, when a woman says, well, you said don't be delusional and pour into a woman. Yes, I appreciate it. I was like really deter against what I was saying. Yes, that's all it is. You just got to pour into each other. Well, I'm telling you like this. We live in a culture now that says you can't make it on your own. People have roommates. Grown 30-something-year-olds, 40-something-year-olds have roommates. And you still holding out for the diamond in the rough. And I'm telling you like this, I'm not telling you to take less. What I'm saying to you is there's a whole bunch of niggas out here who, if he had a class example. Just imagine if I had a woman right here now that could be able to send out all the notifications while I'm doing it right now. Don't have that right now. Now, would that help speed along the process of things I'm doing? Of course it would. And guess what at the end? Once I do all that, thank you. Oh my God, you know who was there doing all of this stuff with me? You. Cause I had a nigga one time. I did all that and he left with another bitch. That's your nigga. He ain't like you. That is not the existence for everybody. It's just what it is that you got a bunch of hurt people that they're giving microphones to, platforms to. Classic example. There are people that say the same thing that I say in the same way that I say it, with the same type of titles that I have, that does not make any sense and will literally start after me. But what they're telling me is, and I know what this means, you are not going to fit in to what we want. Yes, you're entertaining. Yes, you could be funny. Yes, we could probably do something with you. Your mindset scares us, so no. Algorithm shut. You said we have the lowest household income because we exist on. Yeah, we insist on being single. It doesn't make sense to you said, and so you know what it is? It's the culture that we live in. They're consistently at all times Look, ladies, whether you like it or not, the reason why you got Black Girl Rock, the reason why they always setting aside money to make y'all double minority, things like this, is because they wanted you to build your self-esteem up at the expense of your man, though. That's what the whole game is. And I get it to you, sis. I know you think that, but what am I supposed to do? I get with the nigga, he becomes a liability. I understand it. Don't get with him as a liability. Figure out what it is. Y'all have to now learn how to tangibly figure out what you want. Talk about those. I say this about the pop the balloons and stuff all the time. I said, if I went on the show, I would have to tell them right now, hey, sisters, if I'm on pop the balloon, I'll say, hey, just know this. I don't really need to know what your 5-year plan is right now. We'll figure that out along the way. Before I even get to your 5-year plan, before I get to any of the other things, I just want to know if I'm even like your energy. I remember back in the day when you go on a job interview, it may be like a group job interview or something like that, or a group orientation. You know, niggas always look for other Negroes. And then, you know, when that happens, you become some of my best friends, old co-workers. We click. Oh, God, TT. That's my little homeboy. My homeboy, TT. Fell in love with, that's my homeboy to this day. Fell in love with, co-worker, did all that. I ain't never asked him what his 5-year plan was. We figured out what we wanted along the way. The energy was just good up front. So when you on these shows or you meet people like that, stop asking each other because you're talking at each other versus getting to know each other. Just talk about it. I just rather know where you live, what you got going on, what you like. What's your favorite show? I know people say that's so superficial. It is. But you're gonna live a superficial life. We're gonna know what malls you like to go to. We're gonna know what you like to do for things. We're gonna know what type of food you eat. You're gonna wanna know those things. Only thing that I need to know up front outside of is how many kids you got. That's it. Once we know that, once we know the kids, your energy is gonna tell me what you is and whether we're gonna get along or not. It is. Point blank period. That's it. And I think what's happening with people is right now in relationships, people are talking at each other. Everybody's trying to resume their spouses. Oh, let me get this resume out. Now, are you employed? Great. All right. Children? No. Okay. Because I'm gonna tell you like this now. Think about it, ladies, gentlemen. How many relationships were you in? One, go back in your brain now. Johnny, who in the room? Johnny in the room. I don't know any of them guys named John, but dudes in the room. Think about 2 girls you used to date. 2 that you used to date. Didn't one of them get away with something the other one couldn't? And you won't want to let the other one get away with it? You want to know why? They were different. Now, on your resume, you probably say, I don't like that shit at all. But you let that one get away with it. Why? Because she was different. Get with each other, figure out if you're different. I'm going to tell you why ladies struggling to get men. It ain't the fact of it even 10 to 1. It's just the fact that women won't allow themselves to ever get to a point to be vulnerable enough to make men need to feel needed. And I'm not saying that you got with him and you did all this stuff and he did. We all got a heart, bro. Boo. I'm telling you, it's a numbers game. But I'm going to tell you, if you're meeting multiple people over and over and over again, yes, I put it like this. I love watching Pop the Balloon. That's one of my little guilty pleasures. You know why I like watching it? Because I like to see why people so fucked up. Like, you'll hear a person come on there and tell you all this good jazz. You know, I hate a person who's unaccountable. I hate a person who's unaware. Their emotional intelligence, blah, 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 blah. They say all this good jazz. And then they proceed to have a conversation and you see why they single. You say, oh, Lord, this woman got a nasty attitude. Oh, God, why did she talk like that? Why did you do that? That was unnecessary. You do all this. And then you think so, but she sounded so amazing when she was over there lying on about her resume. I don't need you to tell me. Show me. And you gonna show me. And see, on these shows, and I think on those shows where they mess those people up is because, especially the women, y'all gotta stop. This is why I get on y'all so much about the monkey see, monkey do. Because I can tell you right now, 2 indicators gonna let you know if I can tell you. I'm gonna give you 2 experiments to go do people for the people who still watch Pop the Balloon. I'm talking about the one with Arlette. That's the only one I watch. I'm gonna give you 2 indicators on whether or not it's gonna be some matches on this episode. 2. 1. First swings first. If they have a big group, 8 or 9 people that's in the lineup, and the time is on 1 hour and 3 minutes, everybody popped. Everybody popped. Pop, 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 pop. That's what you're gonna get. Wasn't long enough. If it's almost 2 hours, you had some matches. That's one indicator. Another indicator, when I can tell you from the early on in the show if it's gonna work or not, is if the most attractive woman physically in the group pops on the first male, all of them gonna pop moving forward. It's like monkey see, monkey do. But if the pretty one is sensible, is looking for something really tangible and not just out here being cute, then all the rest of them all of a sudden seems to do it. And then for some reason, now I don't want to leave y'all out because I just seems like I'm dogging y'all. Let me say with the brothers. Now, I don't know where she getting these brothers from, but they are socially unaware a lot of the time. Now, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of them are not Black American men. I'm not saying that's the reason. It just seems to be a coincidence. But personality be lacking. I see a lot of red pill dudes going there. You need her to cook and clean and do. I'm like, okay, you sound like a walking YouTube video. And then so I see where the disconnect is happening. So you got men faking it, trying to be something they ain't. Cause mind you, when the man, I'm gonna tell you something too, fellas. If you say you an alpha, you ain't no alpha. I'm telling you. And the men, the ones be running around. If you are trying to overly show your masculinity, women are like dogs. They can sniff that dog. Isn't it weak? And I see that all the time on this show. I saw this guy the other day. That was a couple weeks ago. He was on there. He had like a burgundy suit on. Y'all may remember what I'm talking about. He on there. He keep popping because he keep talking he alpha and he need a woman who's gonna be ready to cook and submit and all this other stuff. And then he kept popping because the woman wasn't choosing him fast enough. I was like, man, you was insecure. Anyways, I'm picking. I'm just saying, man, look, we don't, the world doesn't have to move the way that it moves for us. We are being worse and we don't have to be. And I'm being honest with you, it's not your fault. Let me say it this way. I ain't gonna keep holding y'all. I'm gonna get out of here in a minute. It is not your fault, black man, black woman. They are doing this on purpose. I just need for you to recognize this is not for me to talk to them. See, this is what I always say to them. They don't need to come talk to me. Cause I'm just gonna tell them white people can say, look, this is what it is. This is why we do this. I'm like, yeah, I don't believe none of that. Get out of my face. You lied too much. Something's gonna have to work in my favor. And it's gonna have to work in my favor until I feel sufficiently like you've changed your behavior before I actually take you serious in any form of fashion, Mr. White T-Man. Because you've lied in every facet of my life. Once you get to that point, we don't got nothing to talk about. I'm talking to my own group of people, saying to yourself, I'm saying to us at this point, men, let me speak to brothers real quick. Brothers, you are not losing your woman solely because they are taking our employment from us. You are also losing your woman because you are refusing to grow your mind. I see it a lot. Men are getting passionate about being part of their culture stuff. Again, I love it. But I'm going to tell you, when you do it, if you're not cracking books, if you're not trying to learn something new at all times, she's going to get old. Now, if the woman is just superficial and all she want to do is look at some Fenty makeup and some, you know, something like that, you know, and all she want to do is go turn up at the club, man, you ain't got no problem there anyway. I'm talking about a woman with substance, a woman who understands context, nuance, a woman who understands where the world is going and what we may have to do. A woman who says, no, you don't do that by yourself. I do that with you. That woman is going to expect you to be able to do some of this stuff. And I'm going to be honest with you, and this is not just the dog. I'm going to say it for brothers. I say it a lot too. Like when I have sit downs and round tables with brothers a lot of times, you can tell we not paying attention to. Like I go to the barbershop, ain't nothing been in the barbershop, and you be like, come on, brother, you not thinking right now, man. Yes, growth goes both ways. I agree, it has to go both ways. It does. And I just want us to get I want men, and I say it for men right now because I know that's what we're lacking at too. See, you can't just see the red pill guy. They gave that look. It's not ironic that what's the little bald headed dude that they keep trying to put charges on? What's his name? The dude name. You know what I'm talking about, the red pill dude. God, is that dude name? But with him, I don't really care for people like him is because you see he got knocked out because he ain't talking about nothing. He just talking. He be gassing up dudes in the wrong way. Look, I agree. There has to be a level of masculinity that men have to possess, but we have to learn how to possess that again. And it ain't just saying it. Because mind you, if you asking for it, she ain't gonna do it anyway. If you asking, I think Jill Scott told you better. Yeah, either you can or you can't. Y'all better, you're gonna have to do one or the other, but you're gonna have to be able to do it. Then I'm just saying that, look, we don't have to break up. We don't have to, Charles, what was it? Oh, no, not Charles, who is it, Charleston White? Not Charleston White. What's the dude's name? The dude was over in Romania. What's the dude's name? The MMA guy that was out here, he was like the leader of the red pill. What is this ignorant? What is the dude name? And I can't think of it right now, but he always in trouble with the law right now. His daddy Black American, but his mama from another place. And he always over there just talking that talk, and he always be, yeah, men need to do this. And I'm gonna tell you, yeah, ladies, stop getting mad at Red Pill. Red Pill is where the little goofy dudes at a lot of times. Not all of them. I'm just saying some of them are goofy over there. You know? And then for fellas, stay away from the women who talk any feminist talking points. Any feminist talking points, if she listens to Bell Hooks, if she like Amanda Seals, Angela Rye, any of these people, get away from them. Cause them type of folks gonna have y'all when y'all ain't gonna be able to be together. Because them type of women don't like men. That's one thing I can tell. What do you say? I can't think his name either, Ms. Ryan. I cannot think his name right now. And watch as soon as I get off, I'm gonna think his name. Cause he's really popular. Him and his brother, but he's more popular. I can't think of his name right now. But he's always the one, yo, man, you go in there, you slap him in the mouth and you make him do. I don't think he says that, but you get what I'm saying. And look, you know this too. I hate to tell some guys, red pill guys. You know the guys that act like women like that and they be doing stuff like that and they be popping them in their face, stuff like that. Andrew Tate, that's his name. I couldn't think of Andrew Tate, that's it, Andrew Tate. Them type of dudes like that, the women who are into that gravitate towards that. They're not changing their minds into that. These women already had them. Look, they're housewives, brothers. Let me get you in your mind right now. Maybe your woman. They're housewives right now, sitting in the house right now, Dad. When you ain't around, she is watching some of the most aggressive, most disrespectful, type of content. I can't even say the word on here with the P. She's watching all that stuff and she's saying to herself, wow, boy, what I wouldn't do to have that man handled by me. But you know why she don't do it with you? There's two reasons why. One, when y'all were younger, y'all established that's not how it goes. And so it's hard for someone to say, hey, can you just out here just let me out? Nobody's going to say that. She's not going to say that to you, for one. And then two, she's going to worry about how you think about it after that. And there's another reason why. I forgot what my other reason why. Oh, another reason why is too is because she's been with you too long. She's thinking about someone else when she does that. She sees the guy on the video or something like that. Someone else. And he always has muscles. Just remember that. I'm playing. I'm joking a little bit. I'm seeing if I'm joking. But all it is, and fellas the same way. Fellas be thinking the same thing like that. Just know that. All it is the lack of communication. I'm going to say this and I'm going to get out of here. Because I'm at 2 hours. Lack of communication is killing our relationships. Excuse me. They're damaging them because, and I get it. Part of it is pain. Part of it is resentment. All these other things. But I'm going to tell you something that I would tell anybody right now. The world is ready to move into a space that is very unfamiliar to all of us. And you're going to need that feminine energy and you're going to need that masculine energy. I know that you're thinking once you get away from him, the world's going to open up and you're going to be out there and then Mr. Right going to come touch the back of the oven. But it's not. He's not. And he make him touch the back of the oven. As soon as you need something from him, the same thing your husband or your boyfriend that was doing it for you, this dude gonna say, I just touched back of ovens. Who said I was gonna do any of that? Just remember, because always a trade-off. I say to the fellas too. I always say, if you in your relationship, this is when you should know you should be done. If you still love the person, but the person and you cannot get along, meaning you will not talk and communicate and try to figure each other out, then you need to move away. If you both are still willing, but y'all both being stubborn right now, stop being stubborn. She or she needs to stop being stubborn with you. But if you're both being stubborn, you're not going anywhere. But if you keep allowing selfish behavior to happen, that's what most of it be. Most time while we break up is unhealthy in our unhealthy relationships. It's because of that. It's because we're unwilling to be vulnerable, tell us what we really mean. And then men, we'll do this right now too. I'm gonna tell you the realest thing I ever heard someone say recently. Men do this a lot, I believe. Men won't tell you things, like he'll go out and get with another lady, do something like this when he could have probably just told you may have done it earlier. But what it was that he may have told you something in the middle of that was gonna hurt your feelings too. And he just hold it to himself and then I'll just sneak around and do it. And versus hurting your feelings. And I don't know if women do that because I'm not a female, but I know men do that. And I would just say like this, what the problem is that young couples don't understand this is that, and I think I heard Will and Jada say this now. Who knew that these people were doing this on steroids? Because these people crazy. Jada crazy. But they was like, you have to be brutally honest. Meaning, it also has to come from a space to where when the person's saying it to you, it doesn't come from a place of judgment. It needs to be in a space to where, like, if you're being brutally honest about how you think and how you feel, at the end of it needs to be is that's just bringing us closer together. I'm not saying it just to hurt your feelings. You get what I'm saying? And see, some people just say things just to hurt your fucking feelings. So, but anyway. Yeah, you're right. But anyways, that was today's episode. Guys, I appreciate it. Look, again, if you have not hit the follow button, I don't understand why it's so hard to hit that follow button, that like button. I appreciate the gifts too, guys. I appreciate you. Because all it is, again, like I told you before, all I want to do is I want to create a space that we can all come and talk. Again, if y'all got anything y'all want to talk about, let me know. I'll give you a few minutes while I'm heading out. I'm going to put the song together. I got a new song today. Y'all gotta know why I like this one. Yesterday they cut my music off again. I'm glad you found me too, Adrian. I appreciate you. Don't leave. I'll make sure I keep sending out the notifications to you. I try my best to send them out as many people as I can now. I'm gonna tell you what happens. TikTok is stifling my page heavy. YouTube always stifles you heavy. I'm so sorry, YouTube. I'm sitting down, y'all just talking away. I ain't sitting there. Look right there, like here right now. So we got a guy down here now. This is another thing that's funny. So on YouTube right now, TikTok, we got a guy down here saying black people are the most delusional. I told you one thing that's gonna be funny. I'm gonna tell y'all to know this. This is good game for you guys too. People who just haul out insults without context, when people are talking only in context, it's just triggered. He's emotional. That's it. He in his feelings. That's it. And what happens when people get in their feeling like that, they have to feel entitled to say something. Like for me, honestly, like this man right here, if he said anything I said was delusional, then that means ain't nothing he gonna say that I'm gonna pay any attention to. I would never go into any of his spaces. But yet he is with mine, calling me delusional. Who listens to people that you think are delusional? Anyways, guys. So, but oh, my bad. I read that incorrect, guy. My guy, Pimpin'. I don't think he meant it in the way he did. My bad. I went off on even that. My bad, Pimpin'. that ain't how I meant it. But anyways, yes, I'm gonna play a song. This one's a little near and dear to me. And again, people, this is how I genuinely do it. I would play more music for you guys, but what generally happens after the show, this is music that I've produced, written or produced, or both. And what I do is that I play it on this guy's free, because one thing about it, eventually I want to get the Sky Free Morning Show back to the point to where we're playing videos in between topics. I have a whole show format I would love to do with you guys, but I'm trying to get the following up enough. And to be honest with you guys, without the follows, without the shares, we ain't going nowhere, because the algorithm is not going to help me. This is for my channel to grow. It was going to have to be a grassroots thing. It's going to literally have to be. You have to promote it every week. You have to push it every time it's up right there with me, the same way that I do. That's the only way we're gonna do it, because they stifle me at every turn. I tell people all the time, the one that they get me the best, this is a great way that they do it too. Because my numbers do well on certain platforms. But it's amazing that majority of my comments are negative. And it always comes from them folks, a majority of the time. You wanna know why? Because they're showing my content to people who would not like my content versus the people who would. So I need you, I appreciate you. I gotta get some love from you. But moving forward, like I said, I play music on here at the end of the show. I would play a couple of them and let it ride. But today I'll play a video. I probably won't have a video tomorrow, but I may have one starting next. I try to play a video every day, but if it won't be a video, it's gonna at least be the album cover and the song. I really want you guys to get into it. I'm ready to drop a whole album so you guys can buy it and everything else. It's like bedroom candy. Y'all gonna be able to get with your man, your lady, and just do all kinds of things to each other. Anyway, let me get it queued up so I can get out of here. All right, hold on a second. Cue it up. So this one again, near and dear to my heart. You'll see why you'll see why in a second. So, but I'm gonna play this. Give me a second. All right. So, anyways, again, guys, before I do it, again, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, definitely share it with your people. Let's get people excited about it. And again, on YouTube is where we could do it more if we were to be able to do it like that, since the website is down right now. So definitely go over to 300 Radio and the #1, follow the channel. I promise you it's worth it. And I appreciate you guys. And I'm out. Okay, so let me get this song queued up so I can go and play it for you. I appreciate you guys again, like I said. Look. Anyway, people, I'm out.
We threw glass at each other, Now the table